Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? I'm here to give a new moon reading. It is the new moon in Leo. So, I'm all like, what up? Because I am a Leo. And my birthday was August 11th. And I have been celebrating actually since Leo season hit in July. So, let me get adjusted here. My the little part that's on my tripod is giving me fits right now. Hi, Tabitha. I haven't seen you in so long on one of my lives. I'm so happy to see you. And this is actually going to go on the podcast as a bonus episode to celebrate the launch of the Remixed podcast. The Remixed podcast that will be airing beginning September 8th. So we're going to have brand new episodes. We're going to have some return guests that were on the Starting Over at 40 podcast. We're going to have some new guests. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about stuff. So I'm like super, super, super excited about the new moon. Okay. So my intention was to have the cards already shuffled and put out and everything before I went live. But Tab says, yay, can't wait. I know, me either. But I was gonna have everything together, but you know how then, you start remembering, oh, I forgot this. Oh, I forgot that. Oh, yeah, I forgot that. So that's what was happening to me. So that's actually why I'm a little tardy for the party. But it's still the new moon. We still all up in this beautiful energy of receiving. Yes, yes, receive it, receive it, receive it. Because that is what the new moon is about. Full moon is for releasing. New moon is receiving. Now, that does not mean that you can't release on a new moon and receive on a full moon. You absolutely can. It's just depending on what energy is coming up for you during those cycles. And when you look at the different moon phases, moon cycles, they're just like cycles of us women. Like we do 28 days. The moon is like 29. So yeah, the moon, she's a lady. She's a lady. So we're going to do our new moon reading. So with the new moon reading, it's a 6-card spread. So you want to get your intentions, and I'll let you take a moment to do that while I am shuffling and pulling the cards that we're going to use. Now, so we have 6 questions or 6 things that we're asking regarding this moon cycle. So you have to think of it like this. So we're in the middle of a moon cycle, or we're at the beginning of a new moon cycle. Yeah, we are. So in the new moon cycle comes different things that want to come forth for us. So, so basically this is what the reading is for. So you want to know, first of all, what cycle is opening up for me. Then you want to know what wants to emerge during this cycle, or what needs to be tended to, or what do I need to be focusing on or paying attention to during this cycle. Then you want to know what blocks are coming up regarding whatever this is that I'm supposed to be paying attention to or tending to or whatever. And then you want to know, why is the block there? And then we want to know how to get rid of the block. How do we heal the block? How do we get that thing up out the way so we can go on and get to the business? And then the last thing we want to know is, what do we need to continue to work on in this energy so that we can keep that momentum of receiving whatever it is that wants to emerge, whatever is coming forth or coming up for you. So everybody right now, get your intentions, take some deep cleansing breaths, get your mind, your body, and your spirit in alignment with receiving the message that we all need. So this is pulling for the collective. But anytime I ever do these, I have to say this because people ask me this. Take the things that really resonate with you and apply them. If they don't resonate with you, then it might not be for you, or it could just mean that right now, it's not something for you to focus on, if that makes sense. So if I'm pulling these cards, and even if I were giving this to you privately, you have to understand that the cards are speaking for spirit and on behalf of spirit, your spirit guides, your ancestors. The cards are speaking on their behalf to give you those messages. Now, it's up to you to take that information and do what you need with that information. I've given a reading where someone told me this didn't resonate with me at all. And what I explained to them was, it may not resonate right now. Give it a little time, let it marinate, let it percolate just a little bit, and then come back to me and let me know. And sure shooting, they got back to me and said, oh yeah, it made more sense as the days progressed. Yeah, because I mean, I've had readings where I'm like, yeah, I don't know what this means or why this is coming up, you know. And then later I'm like, oh yeah, okay. That's what that was. Okay, makes more sense now. So we're gonna do this. I am using this brand new deck that I am still getting to know. And the only way for me to fully get to know them is to use them. So we are using Oracle of the Seven Energies, which this resonates with me so much because since I'm a Reiki healer and I deal specifically, or I deal with the energy centers, with the chakras in my healing practice. And I love talking about the chakras. I love teaching about them. I love giving that information. So, and I love learning more and more about it. So, all right. So, we're going to get ready for this new moon reading. I'm trying to learn how to shuffle a little better, y'all. All right. So, we're going to pull. All right. I think I'm done shuffling. It's not. So, let me go ahead. And my intention, just so you know, because I love doing these live readings like this, I want to eventually get me a nice table that I can sit at and have my camera. I want to get a camera that I can use, maybe like dual, where you're looking at me and then I'm also, you know, showing the cards. And I think that would be really cool. So I'll get there. But for now, you just gotta trust me. All right. So this one wants to be pulled. So I'm pulling the cards now. And you all can say hello when you come into the room. Don't just come in and be all like stank about it and be sitting in the cut like you don't want to talk to me, because that's not cool. Don't let Tabitha be out here by herself. Although I know Tabitha don't care, because she's like, I'm going to get my word. I'm going to get my message. So I don't know what y'all doing. And I'm not mad at her about that. Not one little bit. Hi, Megan. My birthday twin, one of them. All right. So we are... See, I can't do this exactly the way I want to because I don't have the space, but it is the 6-card reading. So I'm going to pull the first card to know. And this tripod, the thing for my phone is kind of getting on my nerves. So those that's watching the replay on like my podcast and stuff, forgive me. Okay. All right. So card number 1. What cycle is opening up for us? Well, I like that. Who doesn't like a burst of magic? A burst of magic is opening up for us. This is a cycle that is a burst of magic. So if you're looking at this card, you see a silhouette emerging from the flower, and all this beautiful sparkly light is up top here. My finger there, up top on there. And this is card number 48. And I'm going to look in the book because like I said, I'm still learning this deck. But this is actually the crown chakra, which I could tell by looking at it because it had the sparklies up top. So a burst of magic. So this means that an epiphany, a sudden higher knowing, a sense of everything that has a purpose, your purpose, as a gift bestowed upon you. So what I'm getting from that is right now, this is a cycle of a new beginning that is opening up for us to have these epiphanies, these aha moments, these, oh, that's where that goes. Oh, that's what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Okay. So it just seems like right now we're just going to burst forth with this brand new, beautiful, magical energy in this moon cycle. So this is what this cycle is opening up for us. So let's see what wants to emerge. Okay, so here we have the tall tale. A tall tale. So when this card comes up, this is usually the card, and ooh, 335, so it's 8. So when this card comes up, this card represents that story that we keep telling ourselves over and over again, that's usually wrong, that's usually tied to the inner bully that wants to keep reminding you of all the times that you messed up and all the times that you didn't get it right, all the times that you, just things didn't go the way you wanted it or whatever. Well, what wants to emerge or be tended to is for you to get a new story. So if you are having a burst of magic, if this cycle is all about you having a burst of magic, then that means it's time for a new story. It's time for a new story for you to tell yourself. It's time for you to start telling yourself the truth of who you really are. Hello, Lois. So if card number 1 is the cycle that's opening up, that is a burst of magic, then card number 2 is what needs to be tended to, or what is trying to emerge in this cycle, then that means it's time for a new story. It's time for a read. remix for your life, so you can stop telling yourself that tall tale of, oh, I'm a failure. Oh, I, can't seem to get this right. Oh, I messed this up. And remember, last time I tried to step out on faith, it just messed up and it just blew up and all these things. Well, you know what? You're getting a new story. And Lois, actually, you are right on time. I'm just on card number 2 of 6. So just follow along with me. I promise you, you'll catch up. You'll catch up. You are right on time. So cycle, what is opening up, the cycle that's opening up is the burst of magic. And what is emerging, wants to grow or be tended to, is for you to have a new story. So card number 3, what's the block that's keeping us? What is it that's going to make us still try to hold to that old story instead of embodying and stepping into the new? So let's see, card number 3. Okay, so quieting the mind. So now it's time for all of those extra voices that want to keep popping up in your head. It's time to tell them to shut the hell up, basically. It's time to tell them to shut the hell up, because they're not serving you, because those voices are the ones that keep feeding you the tall tale that you keep telling yourself that's not true, that's not relevant, that's not servicing you in your life. So it's now time for you to quiet the mind. This means going into meditation, doing some shadow work, doing like what I'm doing right now. Sit beside your altar and start journaling, start lighting your candles, writing your intentions, your prayers, quieting your mind, giving yourself the first 5 minutes of your day, right? Give yourself the first 5 minutes of your day to just sit and breathe and center and get grounded so that you can hear spirit. You can hear from your ancestors and your spirit guides. You can hear from your angels. You can get that information that you need to carry you through this new cycle. So we know about what cycle is opening up. Thank you guys for the hearts. Y'all better be sharing this on your timeline, because somebody probably needs to hear this message. So the cycle that is opening up, what needs to be tended to or what's trying to emerge. And now we know the block is because we got to quiet the mind. So now, why is this block here? Why is that block here? If we're having trouble quieting our mind, what's the root of that problem? Seeing beyond. Seeing beyond. And yes, that generally is a big problem. See, we can't see beyond our current circumstances. Our current circumstances are so loud and so big and so bold and so in our face constantly that we can't quiet our minds. We can't have that peace, have that inner time and moment of reflection and spending time with God and doing that shadow work and all these things that we know we need to do so that we can progress and move forward. But the seeing beyond everything that's around you is hard. My job sucks. I don't like where I live. I don't like the mate I'm with right now. Hello. I don't like the car I'm driving. I don't like, that we're stuck in the house because of COVID-19. My current circumstances are keeping me from seeing beyond where I am, so I can't quiet my mind. I can't quiet my mind. And since I can't quiet my mind, then that means those tall tales will start coming up again, and it will keep me from bursting forth in all this beautiful magic. So those are the reasons why we can't move forward. I love this deck. I love this deck, y'all. I love it. I love it. I love it. So how can we heal this? What do we need to do to heal these blocks? What is something that we can do right now to help us look beyond our circumstances so we can quiet our minds? Oh, this one's so beautiful. Into me I see. Into me I see. So this is telling you, don't look without. Look within. Look within. Come within yourself. Look within yourself and tap into that inner knowing of who you are, of whose you are. And that knowing that you are more than your current circumstances. You are a daughter or son of the Most High God. So abundance is your birthright. Abundance of money, abundance of health, good health, abundance of love, abundance of good credit, abundance of, multiple streams of income, abundance of, your business growing exponentially, abundance of books published, Tabitha, abundance of all the things that your heart desires. So don't sit and look without just everything that's going on around you, because it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all smoke and mirrors, and it's all a distraction. So this is the time for you to go within. That is how you cure that block. You have to go within. So then the last card is working with these energies. What do we need to do so that we can keep the momentum going of going within, not looking without, not telling ourselves tall tales. I love this card. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. Oh my goodness. Wish upon a star. Wish upon a star. When you wish upon a star. There's no telling where you are. I don't know the words, but I used to know that song. So, wish upon a star is based on your dreams and aspirations. It's the act of consciously committing to your vision. Let's take a pause on that. Are you constantly, or shall I say consistently, focusing on your vision? Or do you get sidetracked really easily? You know how those distractions come up, like, the WAP video, or, some nonsense that the Orange Menace in the White House is coming up with, or, anything like that. So we have to kill the noise and kill the distractions and get rid of all that extra fluff of things that are keeping you posting every 15 minutes on social media, madness and nothing that has nothing to do with your vision at all. At all. So I'm going to say this again. It's your intentions based on your desires and aspirations. What intentions are you setting? What are your intentions? It's the act of consciously committing to a vision, to your vision, sacrificing something of value, gambling on yourself, trusting that dreams can become reality, the importance of daydreams. So let's go back through of what this new moon cycle is all about. So the cycle is a burst of energy, burst of magic. And of course, energy is magic. So we've got a burst of magic this cycle. And what needs to be tended to, what's trying to emerge, what do we need to focus on? We need to get rid of the tall tale. It's time to retire that tall tale. Move on to a new chapter. Let's stop. Let's stop. Leave that. That was chapter 5. Please, let's get started on chapter 6. Chapter 6 is tapping its foot like, okay, so you writing me or what? Or you just gonna keep focusing on what that last thing that you did? So the tall tale is what needs to be tended to. And what is trying to emerge from that is your new story. Card number 3, what's the block that's keeping you from being able to have a new story? Well, you're not quieting your mind. You don't have peace right now. And it's hard for you to quiet your mind. Why? Because number 4, you can't see beyond your circumstances. You're not looking beyond your current circumstances. So you keep going back. And you're looking around at everything else. And all you need to do, see unto me. Go within. Go within. And to maintain all of this, focus on your vision. Focus on your dream. Don't let anything else distract you from where you're going. Distractions come up, I get it. We all get distracted. I get distracted. I get hella distracted. Like I had told, I forgot what video I was doing this on, but I'm like, man, I have this beginnings of a book on my Google Drive for a long time, and it's time, past time, for that to come off of my Google Drive and for me to get to work. So this has been awesome. So Tabitha says, man, I needed this tonight. Just tons of confirmation and signs. Yes. Yes, me too, sis. Me too. Lois says, mine has to be adjusted now to include Asperger's awareness. Yeah. And you know what? That's fine. Because in the burst of magic cycle, that's what that means. So it doesn't mean that everything is figured out right now. It doesn't mean that even all of the instructions are there right now. All it means is an epiphany, a sudden higher knowing, a sense that everything has a purpose, your purpose as a gift bestowed upon you. Cultivating conscious contact with the higher power, coming to know what calls to you and lights you up. So this is about having that inner knowing, that connection from your crown chakra, receiving from spirit through your third eye, down to your throat chakra, crossing the bridge of your heart chakra, into the solar plexus or navel chakra, to the sacral chakra where life begins, down to your root, where you are rooted and connected with Mother Earth, with Source. So that's all it is. That's all this means. We are all energy and we are all connected. And we are all doing this thing called life in our own way. But we've got to use the tools that are out there to be able to navigate it and come back to self and look within. Megan says, Allison, how do empaths quiet the mind, girl? It ain't easy. It ain't easy at all. But what you have to do, it's more of, like for me, it's more of being intentional with it. It's like I have to do it on purpose with purpose to quiet my mind. And it's not an easy thing. So here's something that I teach people when I'm talking about meditation, because one thing that people say is, I can't quiet my mind long enough to do meditation. And to them I say, I get it. Okay? I do. So what you can do is, don't sit and try to be quiet or quiet your mind for like 30 minutes for like a long meditation. Give yourself bursts of increments. You can start with 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes for yourself. And what you do is sit down and you make sure that if you're sitting in a chair, make sure your feet are flat on the floor. If you're sitting on the floor, just make sure you're comfortable and you're sitting up straight, not slouching. Don't slouch when you sit. And you just want to breathe. And you can just imagine yourself growing roots into the ground. If you're sitting in a chair, I say start with your feet and work your way up, and just imagine roots are sprouting down. And when you start concentrating on your breath, concentrating on your energy, everything else starts to be tuned out. Now, that's not to say that all of a sudden, a thought, I got to pick up my dry cleaning tomorrow, doesn't pop in there. But what you do is you peacefully tell it, thank you for coming. Thank you for that reminder. And you quietly show it the door. Don't try to force yourself to have a quiet mind, because it won't work. Remember, all day long we're bombarded with information, right? We're on our cell phones, we're on social media, we're checking our email, we're getting text messages. It's like informational bursts all around us all day long. And then we have the nerve to try to sit down for 5 minutes and be undisturbed and our minds be quiet. Not going to happen that easily. It's an intention thing. But it's a muscle that you have to work. Just like with what I did today, Lord have mercy, working out. I did lower body kettlebell workout. Help me, God. But it's a muscle. It's a muscle you have to work on. That's the best explanation I can give you. And just let you know to take it easy with yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't get mad when stuff starts popping in your mind, because you will. Sometimes you'll have those moments where all this stuff start getting in your mind. And then as an empath, you're absorbing everybody else's energy around you. And I've already told y'all, I have a house of people around me, and all these personalities are in the house, and everybody's energy is like pinging all over the place. And I absorb it, whether it's intentional on their part or not. I'm absorbing it. Hold on a second. But it happens. But like I said, it's just something you got to work on. You can do it. You can do it. Start small. Start with doing like a 2-minute meditation. Then gradually bump it up. Go to 5 minutes. Then go to 7 minutes. Then go to 10 minutes. And then see how you can do. But I find that for me, again, as an empath, if I'm focused on something else, like my breath, or if I'm doing visualization, I find that my mind calms down a little bit more. Now, there is something else that you can try, Megan, if you're still here, and I don't know if any of this resonates. Thank you. You're welcome, sis. You're welcome. Another thing that you can do for yourself, and I recommend this for anybody, is doing like a mind dump in the morning. Like, get you a piece of paper and a pen and just start writing. Free writing. You're not checking grammar, spelling. It doesn't even have to make sense. It could be like he coming in a Cadillac 5 times that you write this. Just long as you get everything out of your head. Excuse me, first thing in the morning, or if you want to do it before you go to bed so you can get all the jibber jabber out of your head, do a mind dump. Write everything. Like I said, you're not writing it so you can read it. You're writing it to get it out of your brain enough so that you can kind of quiet and come down. That's all. And I would try that and see how that works. I've done it a couple of times, and yeah, kind of works for me. Especially if I'm already having things where I'm like wigging out about stuff. So I'll just sit and do a mind dump. And yeah, it helps. It helps. So I thank you all for showing up for this reading. I gotta tell you, this this creator, this author, Colette Baron-Reid, she is now my favorite card creator because her cards are just legit. And these cards are beautiful. So, I don't know. I might have to do a review on these because these are just, I love them. This has been a powerful new moon reading. And I'm so glad you guys were here to bear witness and be part of it and get your information. And for us to sit and talk. And just the FYI, this is going on the podcast as a bonus episode. But just to let you know, these are the types of conversations and things that will take place not only on the podcast, which is the Sacred Pathway to Liberated Black Womanhood, but it's also going to be part of my membership that's going to come later this fall. I'm going to have a membership site. So we're going to have monthly masterminds. We're also going to have monthly moon circles. So in the monthly moon circles, we're going to do stuff just like this, where we can do a reading, we can talk, you can ask me questions, we can meditate, we can do all that, all this energy within the either full moon or new moon. I tend to lean more towards the full moon, but we'll see how it goes. So we'll have those monthly moon circles. Then we'll have various courses and programs that will be available that you can do different levels of the membership site. So I'm still putting all the stuff together and praying over it for how all of it is supposed to come together. But I'm extremely excited about this because my passion is to help heal Black women. And so that we can take our proper place and reclaim our Earth Mother positions in the community. And I got distracted because somebody's revving their motor outside, and I really hate when people do that. But yeah, so we can reclaim our positions, our identities, and come back to who we are. So that's all I have. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. I thank you for coming. And I just, yeah, my heart is full. I love it. I love it. I love it. If you're listening to this on the podcast or watching this on YouTube, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. You can like, you can subscribe, you can share it. You can do all that and then some. All right. So my name is Allison Rozelle, and this has been the Sacred Pathway to Liberated Black Womanhood. New moon in Leo. Go Leo. Go Leo. Moon reading. Have a good night or a good day, whatever time you listen to it. Bye for now.